Hello everybody, this is Sinflame. That's my Xbox Live gamer tag. My username on YouTube is Chaos Death. This is a quick game of Barebones Team Deathmatch on Skid Row. I decided, well, it was more so suggested to me in one of my older videos that I try to get a good game in free-for-all with the spaz only. So I started a project called Project Spaz, where I just rush around and I try to get as many kills as I possibly can with only a spaz, which isn't exactly easy, but it's not all that hard either. I have found I spent 2 days solid playing probably 4 or 5 hours a day each day trying to get gameplays with this. My friend Born from Hell, as you saw right in front of me right there, he's been helping me running around with the spaz also. We found that the hardest part of doing this really isn't necessarily getting it started, but finishing it up, because by around the halfway mark or the 2/3 mark of the game, people started to catch on and aren't as willing to really just go and kind of let you bait them into small close quarters so that you can just dominate them with a spaz. That is really the only way, in my opinion, to play with a shotgun, is close quarters. With the spaz, you can get away with a little bit longer range, but really, hiding around corners like I'm doing here is your best friend, really, when you're trying to use any kind of shotgun. You want to bait them so that they come closer to you. Hopefully they don't realize that you're using a shotgun. But, you know, as you can see later on in the game, or as you will see, I guess, that it gets harder and harder as the game progresses to actually get a good score, because the people start to catch on, and either they bring out their shotguns or they try to keep their distance from you as much as possible. And look at this nade, bam, right there, double kill. And I guess they were boosting, but I never noticed them boosting again in the rest of this game, so I don't know if they left or what, but I never saw them leave. Maybe I just didn't catch it, but I wasn't really looking for them. But I have found that I was originally trying to play regular free-for-all to get this game, but there was just too many boosters in almost every game I got into. The first night I tried this, I played for like 3 or 4 hours the first night, just regular free-for-all trying to get this game, and there's just too many boosters. I would have never gotten a game. In every single game I joined, there was at least 2 people boosting. Sometimes I actually found a game where there was 3 groups of 2 people boosting, and it's just ridiculous. So I decided to go to Barebones, since there's going to be a lot less boosters, since there's no kill streaks. So really the only boosters you're going to run into are ones that are trying to get headshots, and they're a lot less common than the nuke boosters, and they tend to be actually less annoying, because yeah, they do kind of ruin your chance of winning through score, but you don't, you know, every game you try to get into, you don't only get to play for 2 minutes and have to worry about a nuke. Another reason I decided to go with Barebones is because I was tired of the rest of my team not really doing that good, or me not doing that good. Like, I just got outplayed there, and then all of a sudden, you know, I'm having to deal with Harriers and UAV and Pavlos, AC-130s, all kinds of air support, and you know, the UAVs actually are almost more dangerous than the air support, since the whole point, or not really the whole point, but the best way to try to run around with a shotgun like a crazy man is to, you know, hide around corners and try to sneak up on people's flanks, and you kind of can't do that when your opponent's got a UAV up, and you don't really want to lose stopping power to cold-blooded if you can help it, since cold-blooded makes that one-shot kill range quite a bit shorter. And I've even gotten hit markers at point-blank range just because I was using lightweight or cold-blooded. Now, there is that trade-off: do you want to use lightweight or cold-blooded? It kind of depends on your playstyle and the map. I kind of, in a way, work both ways, because I really enjoy running around like this with the spaz. On a lot of maps where the close quarters it's either really close quarters or really long range maps. I prefer to use lightweight, but kind of somewhat balanced maps like this, I prefer to use stopping power, since there are some longer shots I'm going to have to take, but there are a lot of close combat situations, so I prefer to use stopping power here. But it's places like terminal, well, even terminals I'll usually use stopping power, but let's say invasion. Invasion I tend to use to run lightweight, just because lightweight not only lets you aim faster, and this guy, he is, I don't know what's up with him, this Michael Stepp guy I think his name is, I can't really read it that well, but he commando lunges me I think 3 times this game, and here he is again, and I just completely missed him. I don't know if I had a bad connection or I was just seriously outplayed, but it really almost ruined this game for me. I almost just like rage quit right here just because this guy is pissing me off. But back to what I was saying about the lightweight and the stopping power. It's kind of, you kind of want to play around with it and see what works for you. Lightweight does help you aim faster when you're running, and it helps you get places faster, but you do lose some range in your one-shot kill, and you do lose some damage up close, which will give you the potential of hit markers, or more hit markers, since I have got him even with stopping power, which I think is kind of ridiculous, but it's whatever. It's neither here nor there. So really, if you're getting kind of bored like I was, just running around with your try-hard pants on, or tired of getting your 1,000 nukes or whatever it is you have. I personally have never gotten a nuke. Every time I try for it, it never happens for me. I tend to actually not even try for it, just because it frustrates me when I do. And every time I do really good, I'm not recording, and then I realize it, and then I screw up and lose the nuke. It's just a lot of things that go into me not going for nukes. I find them to be almost kind of boring, because really the only way at this point, because of my skill level, the only way I can get a nuke is to kind of just sit in a corner and just let myself, kind of wait for people to come in towards me, which is really boring for me to even play, let alone for you as my subscribers to watch. But if there is any kind of random class setups or anything you want to request from me, feel free. I will do whatever it is I can to accommodate to that. That is the final kill cam right there. I went 24-10, not the best game, not that bad either, especially if we're using only a spaz. And that, it makes me feel like I'm not using that cheap of a weapon, because I'm using it as a primary. The holographic does add a little bit of range, which is why I use it. But you can use the foregrip or the FMJ if you want to go for collaterals. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you.